What Viltrox lacks in 3D pop and microcontrast, they more than make up for with craftiness, spendability, sharpness, corners, and center. It's a decent lens, and we will review it today. We got the Viltrox 27mm f1.2 on the Fuji XS20. Slow motion squirrel footage will be upon us. Comparing it to the Sony full frame with the Voigtlander 35mm 1.2. Is a 1.2 APS-C anything close to a full frame? Am I in focus? For 14% of the shot, and I like those odds.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
So thank you Viltrox for sending me the lens to review, and thank you Aiden Camera for lending me the Fuji XS20. I hope you two get together in bed later on. So when it comes to build quality, size, it's hefty but doable. It's not like when I first took it out, I'm like a 1.2, that's reasonable. It's heavy, but not like, it's pretty well balanced even on this tiny little guy. Focus throw, it's a little okay. Slightly acceptable. It's smooth. Did I feel a little? No, it's good. And the aperture ring, very smooth. Slightly annoyed that my fingers are touching the knuckles as I turn that. That's a fault. I blame someone in the Fuji industry. So let's switch to the Fuji now and see what it looks like in a studio. And then we'll go outside and see if there's actually some 3D pop for like talking head, sitting in nature type videos, and then we'll try to get some slow motion stuff with animal eye detect. Next to me is a Sony colored child who was given up on by his parents. They looked at him once and saw he's kind of green, and what is that? What's up with the skin tones of this baby? And they left him in a little basket and pushed him down the river. He never did find a new home. He does smell like a cascading effect of hot dogs and sauerkraut. It's not right. It's not that heavy. It's APS-C, it's lighter. There's no such thing as a lighter full frame lens. He's over exaggerating. I'm beautiful and he isn't. Fuji vintage touch. I gotta tell you, it's not a bad little YouTuber lens. It's like a 40mm Tony 1.8. Totally fine for talking head stuff. And my first impressions of the Fuji XS20, until I realized you could actually save custom modes, I was like, this is annoying. But once you do that, it's like, I was blown away by that slow motion footage in classic neg. I was like, you can't get more beautiful than that. And that was just with the kit lens. Imagine if I had taken out the 35mm 1.4 or this Viltrox lens. So much better. This Viltrox, huh? So much 3D pop, I bet. They're known for that. One thing I'm curious about, side by side with that abandoned baby, if I do the color chart, is it possible to get Fuji colors with the Sony? Boom. Now we're like, uh-oh, full frame can have Fuji colors. What's the point of a Fuji? I mean, was I in focus on the shot? Probably not. Whatever, man. I think Fuji really should have went in full frame and they didn't. But that's between you and God, Fuji, at the end of your lifetime. You guys will discuss that mistake. So, let's go outside. What do you think so far? Just talking head stuff. Sony, oh my God. Fuji, is this good enough? Do you even notice what 3D pop is? Probably not. But is the magic ours outside? And will Fuji autofocus keep up with us? Oh, hi there. Name's Cal Punchingwood. Nice to meet you. Were you interested in a Viltrox versus Sony comparison? You might be. You might be. Okay, so what we've done, hopefully, we've focused on some mysterious item in the shot on the Sony 35mm at 1.2. Separation, third dimensional. Moving on over to the Viltrox. You're APS-C now. You're a loser. You're not full frame. You decided to go APS-C and then medium format, which nobody cares about. You missed the bucket. But we're still at a 1.2. Technically, is there pop? There could be. I'm walking in a line of focus. So do you think the Fuji image stacks up? I'm on set. Do you think it stacks up to full frame? I just noticed whenever I film myself like talking head stuff, it's beautiful colors and it's okay looking. And then I'll switch to the Sony and I'm like, wow, that has so much more detail. And it's just like the saturation, something, I don't know, it's magical. But when I do slow motion, you cannot beat the Fuji with the classic neg or nostalgic neg. It's just a look. And it just looks so fantastic, and skin tones are beautiful. Everything is amazing until I film my face. That's the problem here, my face. All right, I'm gonna stop this down to 1.8 to see if they are actually that equivalent. 1.2 on APS-C should be 1.8 full frame. Ah! Let's switch. A fly touched my face. Not bad. Hey, Fuji. Nice. Nice. Keep me. Hopefully it has me from that far away. So now we're at 1.8 on the Sony. Is this identical? Even though that's 35, that's 40, the Sony is a bit closer. I don't know how to do this. I'm not a working professional. And I'm not even standing. Oh man. I had to be in line with the mysterious item. It's not that. I didn't focus on that. It's something else in the frame. Who's winning? Someone? Is someone else entering my shot? It's just rude. Okay, so I'm gonna put the Sony away now. We've seen it, 1.2 versus 1.2, and the equivalent 1.8. Voigtlander. Now it's all about the Viltrox. Is this worth purchasing through affiliate links? Available. Sometimes down below, sometimes above. Should we do an autofocus test? We might. Oh, we might. Testing the stabilization handheld. Not moving much. Focus on whatever you want, Fuji. It's 1.2. Sorry, couple. Yes, I am filming you. Oh, what a pan. Oh, you ruined it. Oh. Okay, walking stave test. Just walking. Oh, calm down. Why aren't you focusing on anything I want, Fuji? Focus on the blonde. Oh. So far using this lens over the past couple weeks, I've made several videos on my health channel, some talking head stuff. Viltrox is just like, they're cheaper than Fuji lenses, they're as sharp or better, and they autofocus smoother. The only negative I ever mention is the 3D pop lacking, which may or may not even exist. I think it does. But like the microcontrast Zeiss Leica specialty, the old Canon L lens and some Nikon lenses, the vintage touch, it's kind of missing. I wish some of these like Chinese manufacturers would focus on that. You would win hearts. The little 6-element counts, like cheap stuff that just has this look, and you'd have like all these filmmakers being like, oh my god, you believe this? That's $15. It's like they're coming out with a new lab series. What does that mean? Clinically sharp? Lab tested? Like, that's not what I want personally. I want magic. A bee touched me. That was magic. We're at Tony 4. I stopped down to let the farmer's market into your heart. I'm burning in the sun. I'm white. Not meant to be here, even in Canada. All right, I'm gonna go review this footage and give you my honest opinion on what I think. Is it worth getting? Would I personally get it? And should you get it? Because you're a lower tier standard than vintage pop uncle over here. I'll leave. So I've had a chance to review the footage. We're back on the Fuji setup, 27mm 1.2. I tell ya, not bad. You're sharp, you're not full frame. Let's be real with your 3D pop abilities next to a Voigtlander. I'm sorry I had to do that to you, but next time work on the 3D pop and less of a flat image as if it was painted by your toddler. But it is sharp at 1.2. It's like totally usable. Some people make lenses, it's like f0.95. Not usable until 2.8, but look how heavy it is. And it says f0. Like, no. So it's actually like a 1.2 that's usable at that. So nicely done. Minimal focus breathing. Some, though. Some. I've seen better performance. The minimum focus distance was fantastic. You get like almost macro shots. Viltrox is usually well known for that. Smooth autofocus. Very like pleasing. No, like, I remember back in the day, the 33mm 1.4, like, I would come in, nice, and then move back and it would be like, jumps. Now it's like all smooth and nice. There was only like a couple moments in that whole show where like, I would turn my head and it lost me for a split second, then came back. That's Fuji's fault, not Viltrox. 15 elements. That's where you hurt yourself and your family, Viltrox. My Zeiss 55mm is a 7-element glory 3D pop machine, and that's why you're not getting the vintage touch. But it's a good lens, and to have the combination of a Fuji look plus a 1.2 lens and be kind of wide, the 40mm, like, it's a good street photography, videography lens. People are going to be drooling over this thing. It's good, totally good. It's just it has no pop, and therefore can't be in my arsenal. So, like, whatever, that's fine. I'm a snob. It's good. You'll be fine. You don't deserve the pop. You have to remain in line with everything. Oh, how close is that? It's right there for you. For me, it'll be further away, and you'll know that. But you just stay put, and you'll be fine. How you doing? You buying this through my affiliate links? That helps. Because Viltrox doesn't pay me any money. They just give me the lens. I often sell it. No, I don't. I would never do that. How you doing? Subscribing for more videos,